waiting, and then just made the move and was gone.
Gone is the field in Schoolboy 1, essentially the 125 Schoolboy class. And wow, Max Voland to the max, leaving no doubt. Grabs the hole shot. Think they'll give it to him officially? Yes. Stays the hole shot award. Another rider is able to knife inside of him out of turn 1 and make a race of it. Now Voland back in control. Jason Wygant back in the tower. Megawatt, Matt Watson, and Rodney Tomlin giving it the call here on RacerTV, and Voland already opening up a lead.
Wow, Voland taking advantage of that hole shot unlike anybody else has been able to do all weekend. And by the end of the 10 Commandments, he already has 10 bike links headed back into Storyland.
Ooh, I got a rider down here at the end of this 10 Commandments.
Bad place for that to happen because a lot of traffic on lap number 1 coming through there. Rider up and moving under his own power, now back underway, and as they come into that rutted forest section back here by the Waterworks Weech, shadows now going to come into play back there in one of the most rutted sections. Shadows don't matter so much in some of these sections down here. You don't have those deep ruts. You're just going to get a little transition, but man, when those ruts start taking on different shapes and different depths, it really gets tough.
Yeah, and looks like some of the track have been smoothed over fairly recently. You see some of the ruts flattened in the middle. Right here, obviously, there's not much you can do. Whoa. Those things are deep. 44, that's an interesting, I'm not sure what the reasoning is, but he has a rut on the takeoff of the jump that Megawatt is pointing out to us. 44 running in a way. It's a gas. Now, I'm sure that's a KTM of red plastic, but he is running the gas logos. Now, I know you're going to be a smart aleck, everybody, and say, well, that's all gas bikes are now. They're just KTMs with red plastic. Yeah, but they don't even make a gas motocross bike right now. So that guy must have just taken a KTM, decided to get ahead of the curve and make his own.
It was pretty cool to walk down and see that thing under the tent. So it looked good, you know, and it was just so unusual to see gas down there
on a motocross track.
Yeah.
Although I want to say, are you okay with this red thing? Because you are, you know, I know in full disclosure, you've been a Honda guy through and through. Are you all right with this?
Yeah, you know.
Is it a different hue?
I have to be politically correct right now.
All right.
Nothing will ever be Tahitian red or race red again.
All right.
So as good looking as that bike is, Megawatt's got to put his seal of approval on the Honda.
So it is a different shade.
Yeah, it's acceptable.
Okay.
That's acceptable.
They're not doing, you can't do the exact.
No,
no. In big trouble.
Who wants to?
All right. What about Honda Orange, man? Honda Orange was good.
1983 through 89. No, 83.
88 they turned red.
83 to 87.
Yeah.
Then 88 and 89 went blood red.
Yeah.
90 went back to the Daytona Orange.
Ooh, the 90, and then they ruined it with the white.
Yeah, JMB and Stanton on those orange ones.
Those orange ones.
I still got the fenders off of Stanton's and Bell's bikes from that year.
Yes. And then they put the white shroud on it in 91. Why did you do that? That looked terrible. All right, back to this racing action. Sorry, we're fashionistas up here. Yeah, so it's Max Voland in the lead. Matty Jorgensen, that's the gas that we're mentioning on the number 44. He was second at the end of lap 1. Crockett Myers, man of the move right now on the 41. Trying to make tracks toward the front. You see him down on the inside. And then Larry Reyes on the Yamaha 75.
Wow, wasn't sure it was going to work out for Myers there at first. Got a little squirrely, but man, grabbed some traction, put that thing together. And look at Reyes on that number 75 machine. Always strong down here, puts in good laps, but starts aggressive for him.
Might be what he needs to do.
Yeah.
Class so evenly matched. He's 125s. You just don't make up ground in chunks. You got to do it in inches, so that aggression helps. Crossing the lines up there, Larry Reyes going from outside to inside to inside to outside, trying to get Jorgensen.
Man, you mentioned making up ground comes in inches on a 125, but you lose it by miles. You fall off the pipe, you make one mistake, and man, you lost 13 positions.
Little easier for these guys because they're presumably coming off of mini cycles, so they're used to the two-stroke, the clutch, and having to dance on that thing.
And they're used to that resistance of a fully stretched cable.
What it's like
they know that feels.
Is there any more?
Exactly.
Is there any more?
This is where we need to be.
Down to the inside, it goes Reyes with Jorgensen around the outside, headed into the 10 Commandments, and then Jorgensen wisely gets back to the inside by the end of the section.
Yeah, he needed to ride defensive right there, no doubt about that. Number 44 machine. Going to feel all kinds of heat. Reyes Jr., Talon Hawkins back there, Crockett Myers. You see him starting to pick the pace up a little bit, but Reyes turning a 1:56.9, almost 2 seconds quicker than Matty Jorgensen.
It was fun to talk to Hawkins, who was on the podium, 3rd place in his Moto earlier today in 125. And he said, I was too aggressive. I'm too pumped up.
Right.
I'm trying too hard. I'm rushing it. So there's a fine line even on the 125.
Yeah, and he recognized that.
That's cool, yeah.
Okay, got it. He understood.
Yep. And you see him way around the outside. That is Hawkins. There's too aggressive. I mean, he had that rear tire spinning all the way around that corner.
That looked like Ryan Sipes at AMA Flat Track. What that looked like.
Exactly. Wow. No hookup. And he did lose a little ground. So that's what we're saying. Too aggressive. Now, Reyes around the outside trying to get Jorgensen, who's deep on the inside in that sand. Side by side.
And we know there's a big hole down here in the triangle, the Bermuda Triangle. And look, number 75, we said he's getting a little more aggressive. And there, it works for him. And you said that may be what he needs to do.
Dude,
that's what he did. And guess what? Starting to pull away.
That Bermuda Triangle, we went and looked at it, I think, probably Tuesday night. Oh, and a quick pass. Man, Hawkins wastes no time going past Jorgensen to take over third.
Yeah, the number 44 feeling lots of heat right now.
We're saying that the final turn, Bermuda Triangle, it is literally an uphill. The rut starts so deep. You are climbing uphill to get out of the turn.
Oh, yeah, it's a climb. When you see that front end come up out, you got to understand they're under full power.
Yeah.
And that thing has that ability.
It can pop right out. Yep.
Did you see any plane wings down there in the bottom of that thing?
What? Buried?
Amelia Earhart, did you find
maybe, I know.
Any plane parts? A coffin, maybe?
Some sort of concrete chest in there with gold chains.
Some concrete shoes.
Yeah, Jimmy Hoffa down there, and a pirate's treasure chest down in that final corner. That's how deep the rut is. We had the joke earlier, the rut.
The Knights Templar hit some stuff down in there. The Knights Templar.
Wow.
Hit a few
dinosaur bones in there. Yep. So Mastodon buried in that last turn. And one of our buddies say we had it's the rut has braking bumps in it, and then the braking bumps are so deep. There's a rut in the braking bumps, and then there's braking bumps in that rut, and then rut in there, and then braking bumps in that. It's like 6-layer cake, that finish line turn. It's so deep.
That's developed by design because it wasn't quite rough enough here at Loretta that they needed to add one more technical element. So a 6-way descending, off-camber, uphill turn.
I know it seems crazy how many times we've seen riders mess that last turn up, but you owe it to yourself to look on this fence line and watch how deep that thing is. Volan's long gone out front. Reyes has cleared everyone. He's gotten Jorgensen. He's moved to second, but don't count out Talon Hawkins. He has followed Reyes through and keeping him honest from third.
Oh, Talon Hawkins, let me tell you, he's back there biding his time. All he needs to see is a little opening. Doesn't even need to see a mistake. If he sees an opening, he knows to keep it on that much longer into that corner or whatever. He knows how to attack. And ride smooth in the meantime while he's sitting back there waiting. Uses very little energy while he's back there in the meantime.
Dude, he's done it. He has caught.
He's made the pass.
He's caught him. This is second and third right now. One mistake from Hawkins. You saw that, Megawatt.
That big bump right there. And now back to work.
He's doing it. He's closed right back up on Larry Reyes.
And you know what? These guys, I never imagined it would happen as much as it has, but they're launching that anthill, making it work. Normally, the riders are trying to scrub this thing, but these guys, you know what? Full power, Weege. Don't let off and send it.
It seems to set them up. It seems slower when they do it, but then the rest of that section, they actually gain all that time back and then some. And the outside looks promising, but it doesn't work.
In years past, it never seemed to really work either. So very interesting.
Yeah, it's shaped up different. That anthill launching again is Hawkins. Jeez. Okay, just jumping into the flat, whatever it takes.
And I got to tell you, I'm impressed right now by all of these young riders. Jorgensen putting up a fight out there. Hawkins coming through. Crockett Myers on that 41 machine. He's been in a battle, it seems like, every day, every moto. You know, he's fought for every position he had. And hats off to Max Volano. 7 seconds almost this time around. Lap 4 for these guys. Looking for that number 17 right now. Is that him? I believe that might be him coming through right now. And there he is, coming through the beach and open that gap up even more. Looks like we're going to be somewhere around 7 seconds this time around.
Sarah Gordon, report to the trackside office, please. Sarah Gordon, please report to the trackside office.
Max Volan comes through on lap number 5, down to just about 10.5 minutes on this one. And actually, Larry Reyes Jr., what looked like was going to be a bigger gap, actually took a couple tenths off, now back to 6.5. Talon Hawkins only 1.7 back, and Maddie Jorgensen still hanging in there. Crockett Myers in that number 5 spot. Bryce Shelley rides in 6th. Avery Long in 7th.
If Hawkins does get around Larry Reyes, we'll set it up for the same exact finish that we had in Moto 1 for our top 3 anyway. I think maybe the big surprise here for some folks is Maddie Jorgensen. Not necessarily a surprise, but obviously a 14th place finish in Moto number 1 kind of puts him behind the 8 ball coming into this one. Moto 1 problems, I'm sure, because we're generally used to seeing him battle like we see him here up for a top spot. So Jorgensen's 17 and 4 right now, looking pretty much better off than what he was yesterday. And looking at this battle now, and again, it might not put him in line for a championship, but what it does is put him in line for a top 10 overall position, which may not be as important as a championship, but man, it certainly yields a lot of bragging rights.
Let me tell you something. Goals instantly change down here. You know, that DNF, that deep finish. Okay, well, that championship might be a bit questionable, but you know what? We're going to dig in for that top 5. You know, we want a top 3. We want a podium position. So the bottom line is you make that adjustment during the week based on how the first couple motos roll. I mean, it is what it is.
Hawkins still hot on the rear wheels of Larry Reyes as they come through the Thor sweeper turn across in front of Polysport Beach now, heading toward the Bermuda Triangle of final turns. It is still the 75 of Reyes with the advantage here, and Talon Hawkins back in the number 3 spot. Now, over the course of the next little bit, things have been setting up, and you see Talon Hawkins trying to put himself in a position. You have to wonder, now that we're here into lap number 7, 6 laps down in this one, and we're headed into the final half of this race, does he have something up his sleeve here as we head into the whole shot force we're about to see, Megawatt?
And you know what? There's 8 minutes left in this one, so there's 3 or 4 laps left, and it's just a matter of timing right now. Man, that hook is just so brutal, and I can't believe these guys keep hitting it, but the outside line puts you into a bad bump for the next corner.
Yeah, that mechanics turn, yep.
What's worse? You know, pick the lesser of 2 evils right there, man.
So you're going to choose a gnarly rut over a gnarly bump. That's the equation that you got to work out here.
And I guess it depends on who's in front or behind you, how close you are to somebody. Which one do you want to overcome?
Can you make a pass doing it? Crockett Myers, I think that's who we're looking at now, 41. There he is. He is in the number 5 spot. Then Bryce Shelley at 34. And then the next rider through is 26, Avery Long, right behind Shelley. Then it's Brock Walker, Noah Smurden, and Aiden Shive. That is the top 10. Jordan Bees is 11th. Gage Stein, 12th. Ryan Canaguire, 13th. Blake Gardner and Jesse Jacobson. That is the top 15. Here in the Schoolboy 1, there are 2 Schoolboy divisions. It's divvied up by age, but one allows only 125 strokes, and the other one is 254 strokes.
Well, I'll tell you, folks, I know you may get tired of hearing us talk about the top 3 overall sometimes, but I'll tell you, there's a good reason why. If you take a look at what's going on back for 2nd place right now, Reyes and Talon Hawkins, that's where the battle is on the racetrack right now, folks. We look back through all these positions, and there's a lot of gaps out there, but not in this battle for 2nd place position. There is Larry Reyes. There is Talon Hawkins. Now, it's going to say probably close to a 1.5 second deficit, but it gets closer and tighter than this. If you watched like I did on that last lap around, lap number 7, it was pretty interesting to see how close that Talon Hawkins was able to pull up on Reyes in some of these turns. And like this one right here, as we watch them going through the whole shot forest right now, this is where some time's made up. They're side by side as they head toward the short chutes.
Now keep an eye right here. You see, wow!
Both going for the anthill leap.
I can't believe what I just saw, Weege.
He was over.
I can't believe it. He moved over to do that.
To do that. He wanted to hit that jump. It was faster to do the jump than to go around it.
And I have to believe that it might be getting so rough on that outside. The landing is smoother.
Hawkins still going for it.
Yeah, he is.
You're not supposed to be able to fit there. It's a split lane. And they both picked the same side, and they were still side by side.
Holy cow.
And Hawkins gets it done? No.
I tell you, hats off to Reyes. I told you I've seen a different guy this week.
Yeah, the aggression is there. So Hawkins, it looked like he had the pass made. He was going to use the anthill, the leap, and then Reyes hit the jump too and jumped
It was literally
Right over his
down.
head.
I mean, literally shut him down,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. One got 5 feet of air, one got 10. and Reyes held on.
One went 10 feet in the air, too.
It was over his head for sure.
Oh, my gosh. Holy
That was
cow.
crazy. Here we go. 75 Reyes, 33 Talon Hawkins. The battle for the second place position as we wrap up lap number 8. Just a little under 5 minutes of racing left to go here. This could translate into 2, maybe as many as 3 laps to go. No, 2 lap board is out on this one, so 2 more to go for these two as Hawkins trying to go underneath now as we head toward the Bermuda Triangle. That final turn, Reyes got slight advantage to the outside. Now trying to swing wide goes the 33 machine. Reyes, though, keeping him at about a half a bike length past the finish line, heading into lap number 9, 8 laps down. The
You
gap.
have got to be kidding me. I'm
Wow.
telling you right now. Oh, here we go. One more time. Look at Hawkins coming up. Oh, same thing we saw earlier. Holy cow, I thought they were both going down.
Man,
Was
they.
that Schwartz earlier?
Schwartz ran into the back.
Yeah.
Was it? No, it was Jet Reynolds
It was Reynolds.
and
Yeah.
LeBlanc.
Here we go, guys. Whole shot for us. We saw this big leap of faith by both riders over the anthill last time around. Option line goes different this time in the 33 machine. A Talon Hawkins threads that needle, seals that deal.
Wow. He said, all right, forget it. I'll go around the jump, and it worked. But Reyes not giving up. He's on the inside, Matt.
Reyes bringing it right now inside the top, or inside the 10 Commandments right now. Both of them, they both go for that inside line. Almost touch tires heading into Storyland. Reyes not giving up.
Man, you can't say Hawkins didn't earn it. If he ends up in second, he has thrown everything at Reyes to finally make this pass. So going around that anthill jump has been slower all week. Hawkins said, it's the only place I have room. I'm going to have to try to go around it. He did, and he made the pass.
And it was at maximum speed when he did it.
yeah.
I can tell you that right now. It was the only way that line was going to work, Jason. And I got to tell you, hats off to him. Hawkins used every technique in the book. Short brake team, held it on longer, tried to go inside. I mean, hats off to Hawkins. And Reyes, man, he put up a heck of a battle.
I love the way this track always shapes up, the way these anthills, the bumps on the inside, the high line around the outside, and how it works out fairly even and then changes throughout the day. Which line's better?
Right.
Love that. And you don't see that, I feel, any other racetrack.
No, Kevin Windham said, this is one of the few tracks, you know, we always say it at the national, lap to lap, the face of this course changes. Not so much at Unadilla. Okay,
Yeah,
not so much at
decade to
High
decade,
Point. Yeah, not so much at High Point. Yeah. All right, Southwick, maybe. You know, you blow out some
Change
lines
lap to
every
lap,
lap.
yep.
But it's very true. Kevin is right. This thing can change from lap to lap, and one of the only places that will.
Reyes right back on, showing a wheel over that Thor tunnel of love.
Holy
and here we go,
cow.
the left-hand turn. This is where they bumped wheels a lap ago. Talon Hawkins on that white Rockstar Husqvarna trying to stay clear of Reyes on the 75 Yamaha.
Yeah, and I tell
He
you,
shook him.
He absolutely did. And what he's doing is he's using all the lines he watched Reyes use.
Yes.
He's riding all the same lines he watched.
Confused how all of a sudden they opened up so much gap. Meanwhile, let's check back in. Remember this guy?
Yeah. What's his name? Volan?
Yeah, Volan leading.
Max?
You know, the gap is 8 seconds. It's not as big as you would think. Not a 30-second gap. Harder to do that, like we said. They don't pull away quite as much on the 125, but he has been all alone all day.
And listen, you can't say enough about the guy's technique. You cannot say enough. I don't care. Body position, throttle control, line straight. The guy has it dialed. And a little bit of that European flavor, a little bit of GP flavor from his dad's experience as well.
Yeah, and his uncle as well, Tyson.
Hey, those guys were known as bad dudes.
The Boland Bros.
They were. Very few brothers have come along and been as successful and at different levels, both Tyson and Talon. But one thing they have is heart. Not always having as much support early as a lot of guys, but had as much heart all day long.
Yeah, Tyson just a grinder.
Yeah.
And Talon, he had more of the flash, the style, but it worked out differently. Like sometimes it was better for Tyson, sometimes better for Talon.
Tyson found the flow. You're right. Absolutely became a smoother rider, and I believe that's because of his time in Europe.
That's right. That's right. And they worked together the whole time. They worked together with Max. I think they really always designated that Tyson, the uncle, was actually Max's coach.
Right.
Not his dad.
Right.
Checkered flag is out. Another win for Maximus Voland, who I know the plan was to race the European EMX 125 series this year. Obviously, that got a little bit messed up with the COVID schedule break. GPs are back starting this weekend. 3 races at one track as they try to get their championship roll. Dude, just race.
I love it. Let's do it.
Hey, we had all these races in Salt Lake City, Utah, and the riders went from, I guess I'll deal with it, to, hey, that was kind of cool.
Hey, I don't care if we have 8 of them here. I don't care if we have 8 outdoors here. I'm in Cozy 5. Let's do it. We'll stay here.
Yeah, I'll stay here the whole time.
We'll stay for 3 months, and let's make this happen, Jason.
Talon Hawkins second, Larry Reyes Jr. third, Matty Jorgensen fourth on that gas. Avery Long fifth, Bryce Shelley sixth, Crockett Myers seventh, Aiden Shive, Brock Walker, and Noah Smurden rounds out your top 10. That brought to you by Thor and Parts Unlimited, and I'll send it to Rodney.
All righty, thanks a lot, Jason. And riders definitely looking for the shade after that one, as we see Max Volan go from the podium right straight back to the AMA tent, where he is trying to cool down as quickly as much as possible. Stand by, we'll get a word that he needs to come on back out here. We need Max out here for the interview. He's got a gold medal and a whole shot award that we're going to give to him. Well, he looks a lot fresher than one might think after something like that. He's beckoning for his hat. He's got a few hats to wear down here, and for obvious reason, with a ride like that, certainly wants to showcase those sponsors out there. And how about it for this rider right here, going 1-1 so far through the first 2 motos in this Schoolboy 112-17 class. He grabbed the whole shot as well in Moto 2. Put your hands together for Max Volan. Max, congratulations to you, my friend. Outstanding ride, no doubt about it. Looks like you kind of made easy work out of it. All the action was going on behind you. Didn't get a chance to watch it, but man, you had a nice ride going on up front. Hang on, we had to change batteries. We might have to power it back up to, is it on there? And we may have put the batteries in wrong here. Let's double check this. Hey guys, check the board up on the soundboard, EHAB. Turn it off because it was making noise. I remember now. All
right, we'll try to get that fixed there for you, Rodney.
Yeah, it's wireless 4, by the way, which is about channel, I think, 6, if I'm not mistaken, on the board.
Should be good. Check it out.
All right, try it. Max.
Check.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
Boom.
Yes, so, Max, as you were saying, my friend.
Got off to a whole shot, which was what I really wanted, and, man, I ripped that start, so I'm running a little bit of a paddle tire, so it was a little bit slippery out there, but it was worth it for the start. And then, I made one pretty big mistake, cross-threaded double in that first double into the 10 Commandments, and was completely sideways, but I changed up my line, and just really rode smooth.
Track, how you liking it? What's it looking like out there for you?
It's looking a little bit different today. It was a little bit more hard packed this morning, and it's getting a little bit more hard packed, more California-like. So I don't mind, but they're definitely having to keep a lot of the water down right now. So it was a little slick out there in some spots.
Good ride out there. Both motos, man. Who do you want to say thanks to?
Yeah, I'd love to thank KTM, Red Bull, Troy Designs, Scott Goggles, Achirby's, Dunlop, my dad, my agent, Hope, Nathan Ramsey, Pronto Real Estate, John Moore, Cole Moore,
hey, folks.
And my mechanic TJ, and everyone. Thank you so much.
All righty, there you go, Max Volan, Megawatt.
All right, thank you very much, Rodney. Right now, we need Enzo Timmerman. Enzo Timmerman, you are needed at the MX Sports office. Of course, it's a great trailer right here in the middle of the compound, right beside the announcer's tower. So, Enzo Timmerman, if you would, make your way over to the MX Sports office. Race number 24 coming up next.
And right now, it's Talon Hawkins coming up to the podium for your second place position finish here. He goes for the silver award, as we can drag him out from under the tent real quick. Somebody give me Talon Hawkins. Here he comes. Sitting there poised and ready to go, just waiting for his moment to shine and celebrate here on the podium. And making his way on up now. Grabbing a little hardware of his own here this afternoon. Well, Talon, I tell you, man, didn't make it easy for you, but we got a 2-2 out of it heading into the third moto.
Heck yeah, dude. little winded right now, but I think that was the most fun I've ever had here. Just battling with Larry. He's freaking ripping, so I'm giving it all I got. Man, trying every line I can.
Yeah, that's true. You certainly did. I mean, it seemed like, I mean, you did. I think you used every line on the racetrack, did you not?
Yeah, I was trying everything, trying to beat. So, yeah, just having fun like always.
What about that time you guys come over that anthill coming out of that whole shot forest over there side by side with, I think it was a lap before you passed them, and that was pretty spectacular. Were you planning that to happen like that, or did this happen?
Well, Jerry Masterpool has been teaching me to look ahead and plan every single move on your track beforehand. So I was trying a little bit of that during the race, and yeah, I tried to plan everything out as best as I could. But obviously, I'm only human and can only do as much as I can.
Well, I tell you, you did enough to get second, and you did enough to catch a lot of folks' attentions here across the world, and we know that there's a lot of folks you want to say thanks to.
Yeah, I got to thank Jerry Masterpool for getting me ready out of his 956 facility. Got to thank my mom, my dad, the good Lord Jesus Christ, first of all, for keeping me safe and let me do what I love to do. Got to thank Scuba, Murphy, Pat out in the pits. Got to thank the whole the Believers. That's my tick this weekend. Got to thank the Believers, Rockstar Energy, Husqvarna Factory Racing Team, Fly Racing, Garnet Boots, Scott Goggles, Pro Taper, BP Fuel, and everybody else. Thank you so much. I couldn't do it without you guys.
Talon Hawkins, ladies and gentlemen, taking his second of the race championship in the Schoolboy 1 class as we go down to our third place position finisher, and he goes 3-3. So these guys running very consistent in this top three. Talking about the 75 of Larry Reyes, and Larry making his way over to the podium now. Yeah, got himself. Yeah, that's one thing you got to like about that 7 gear, man, being able to take those sleeves off after the moto and get cooled down real quick. And Larry, man, that was a hot one, dude. I mean, you guys did not let up for a solid 20 minutes out there.
Yeah, that was a sick battle. We were going back and forth. We didn't give up to the checkers, that's for sure. We were trying different lines, literally everything. We were just giving everything out there.
So I'd say you probably did the same thing he did, hit every line there is on that racetrack out there, huh?
Yeah, everything.
That was awesome, dude. Who do you want to say thanks to?
I thank my mom and dad, Ed Torrance, Rock River for giving me a great bike, Roger at 7, Kala Ethica, EVS, my mechanic Q, Monster Energy, Bell Helmet, Scott Goggles, Garnet Boots, EVS, Pro Taper, and everybody else I forgot to thank.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Larry Reyes Jr. 3-3 as we head to Moto